Hi everyone, welcome back to Happy Hour with Anna Morfides. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about fear and anxiety and how to completely get rid of these emotions and instead live in peace, knowing, acceptance, and a willingness to practice mindfulness, which mindfulness really is being present right here, right now, not judging what is taking place in your present moment. So, whether it is a breakup or a loss of a job or anything that makes you feel the feelings that you want to avoid, such as disappointment, rejection, all these negative feelings, if a situation is presented or has been presenting itself in your life right now, and then from that point you go into fear and anxiety, we're going to talk about how to get rid of it and not worry about the present moment right now as it is, not worry ever really, and really accepting and being present, being mindful, because now we know, thanks to Masha Linehan, who's the creator of dialectical behavioral therapy, and from others such as Eckhart Tolle, that there is a lot of power in the present moment. Like the power of now is probably one of the most powerful standpoints of life view that, first of all, we have 100% control over. We have no control over the past because it's already happened. We can learn from it and we can grow from it, but we can't change the actual actions of the past or like the types of events, but we can change how we are with those types of events. And same with the future. We can't predict the future. We can have hopes and dreams, and we can wish, but not in a way when you're wishing for something that it makes you feel like what you have right now is not enough. That's the whole point of what Masha Linehan was trying to teach us in dialectical behavioral therapy, because if you're wishing for things to be different in your life right now, and again, not the kind of wishing, oh, like I really wish that I can find a new career for myself, or I really wish that my partner would elevate the way that they are with me, or I really wish that my partner would take me on more date nights. I guess not that type of wishing. There's a wishing where you feel lack, and then there's the type of wishing where you feel fulfilled with what you have right now, but you want to experience more. So the wishing that comes from a lack of anything that is presented in your current life right now, that kind of wishing, it's really hard to make change from that point of view, because that emotional state of being is so low, especially on, if you want to look at it like physically, if you look at the David Hawkins map of consciousness, so which maps out the frequency of every human emotion that we can experience, right? Because everything is energy, and energy is everything. Our thoughts that produce our emotions, which is energy in motion, those kinds of emotions carry a certain type of frequency with them. And naturally, by the law of attraction, that frequency that will then be created from our emotions and become feelings. Emotions are fleeting. They're about 90 seconds long. And then the feelings that stem from those emotions can last a lifetime. So depending on your depending on your cognitive self-concept, your cognitive core belief about yourself, that from that point of view, we create our emotions, our feelings, and then from that we have behaviors. So say, for example, that I live in fear, and that energetic frequency is about 100 hertz, as opposed to, say, acceptance, which is 350, and then peace is 600. So fear is at about 100 hertz, and the predominant emotional state of that is anxiety. The view of life is frightening, and then the behavior of that feeling and or emotion is to withdraw. So it goes thoughts, emotions, behaviors. So if we are fearing being broken up with, getting quote unquote rejected, like if we fear what's coming next because we feel that, or we will make that mean perhaps that we are not good enough. So say that you want to switch careers and you want to apply for a new job, or you want to apply for a school program. If you don't feel like you are good enough, if you have negative core beliefs within yourself that will create negative thoughts, and then from those negative thoughts, you go into fear, right? Because that's going to be your predominant emotion. And then the feeling from that is anxiety. And then your behavior is to withdraw. So you're going to withdraw yourself from potentially applying for that new job because you're already thinking negative things like, why should I even try? Based on this and this and this, they're not even going to take me anyways. And then you feel really shitty about yourself. And then that cycle continues. And then you bring in more things to feel shitty about yourself about. And then that's how we get into this hamster wheel of, withdrawing, creating anxiety, negative thoughts, because it goes thoughts, emotions, behavior. They go in a triangle. Thoughts, emotions, behavior all the time. And then, like our life view is then punitive. Like this is no way to live. So where does fear come from anyways? Fear is a man-made emotion. Like when we are born, or when we were born, we were never taught to fear. A baby doesn't fear. It just knows unconditional love and love. So it cries for food. If it feared, it wouldn't cry, because crying equals punishment. It doesn't know that, like, oh, if I cry, I'm going to get punished. I mean, who punishes a little baby anyways? But you'd be surprised, because people are in their wounds and parents go cuckoo and then they do hit their children. I mean, I've witnessed that sadly within my own family, when my baby sister was born and she was crying uncontrollably, and then my mom would lose her mind and like punish her physically, which again, like the baby doesn't know, but now she will learn to know that crying will equal a punishment. And then in comes fear. So fear is a man-made emotion. And then of course I believe in God, and I do have religious aspects like within my own belief system that I really hold on to dearly. But I also do know that certain cultures and or religious aspects of certain cultures do also create that fear, that if you do this, you're going to be this, or you're going to get punished this way or that way. But what actually is supposed to happen as in our human experience is, we're not supposed to naturally worry about what happened in the past. We're supposed to know that everything that is happening for a reason. Nothing is ever out of place. Nothing is ever out of context. And everything is there to propel us to the next step. Creator doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't make any mistakes, and therefore we don't make mistakes, quote unquote. We do things, and there are opportunities for growth. So if you do something and you feel, oh, this is going to be an obstacle for X, Y, and Z later on in the future, we're making a really huge disservice to ourselves, because we're claiming that this is going to be a block, where it's actually supposed to be a way of getting us to that next step. So everything that feels challenging and or disheartening and or scary, anything that wants to put us in a negative state of being, bring out a negative feeling and bring out behaviors that are not helpful, such as withdrawing or being aggressive or being destructive. Know that there is a lesson to be learned in that moment, and that's why those things are presented. There is so much power in the now, accepting everything as it is in this moment, because if you accept everything as it is, your energetic vibrational frequency is at about 350. Your emotional state of being is forgiveness. So maybe you are forgiving yourself for all the faulty things that you have, like thinking in your head and your mind, are preventing you or have brought you here, and you're just forgiving everything and everyone. And then you know that everything unfolded exactly as it was meant to, because this is the path that you have chosen to be on. And I know some of us choose a lot more harder paths than others. But again, great power lies in that. Knowing that you have chosen this path, this is your choice, this is your opportunity to become the version of self that you have always wanted to be. In every trauma, there is a treasure. That's the whole point, accepting everything as it is. Like this book right here, Why Me, Why This, Why Now? This is a book by Robin Norwood, and it talks about so many stories of her clients that she used to work with that would come into her office and basically cry, like, why is this happening to me? And then after a while, the treasure of that quote unquote mishap would come out, and everything has a true purpose. And once you accept it, then you are in the energetic vibrational frequency of like about 350 hertz. Your predominant emotional state is forgiveness. Your view of life is harmonious. So you're not fearing, oh, okay, so I did X, Y, and Z in the past, but I want to apply for this job or for this university, or I want to ask this person out. You're not fearing a no, and you're not fearing a door closing, because you know that also if a door does not open for you, that just means another door is meant to open up for you further down the road. And what do you do in the meantime? So if you get a door that has closed, so say you ask someone out and they say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. First of all, you can't make that mean anything about yourself. And if you start to make that mean anything about yourself, then that's what you need to work on. If you make that mean that you're not good enough, then you need to work on your good enoughness and your worthiness, in order for you to get to the next relationship where you're actually going to feel good enough and worthy. Because it's not the other person's responsibility to say yes to make you feel good. I know this because I had to untwist every single unhelpful core belief. And I learned that it wasn't the guy that was supposed to make me feel good enough by saying yes. I'm supposed to make myself good enough by saying yes to myself. And even when I get a no, know that that's a yes for something else. And being a yes and accepting me for every dumb thing that I've ever done in my life, accepting all my faults, all my negative things that I feel would hold me back from achieving the life that I would think I could get only if I didn't do X, Y, and Z. How unhelpful is that for me? Because I am completely limiting myself, because we're supposed to be limitless and unlimited in potential, and it doesn't matter, because if I didn't do X, Y, and Z, I wouldn't be here today. If I didn't make mistakes, I wouldn't understand what it meant to forgive the self and let go of these what so-called mistakes, in order to have a life view that is harmonious and merciful. And my behavior would be that of wanting to partake. Like, I'm not withdrawing, I'm doing the complete opposite. I am initiating, I am exploring, I am putting myself out there. My behaviors are completely different from the stance of accepting a no in anything in my life, knowing that it is meant to be there for a reason. So whether it is that I need to tweak my self-concept, erase a negative core belief that exists within myself, because if that negative core belief didn't exist within myself, that negative situation wouldn't be attracted into my vibrational field anyways. So again, we are in power and in control. So instead of saying, oh, poor me, why is this happening to me? It's like, okay, why is this happening for me? Learn from our fear. Fear always has a message. So what is the message that your fear is trying to tell you that you are holding on to? And the minute that you're able to release that fear, you're gonna just feel so much lighter. And I was actually watching a clip by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he was talking about, on a physiological level even, when we accept things, and the life view is forgiveness, the thing that happens with forgiveness is our arteries expand, and our arteries expand, which means more oxygen is flowing freely, right, in our circulation system, because that's what the arteries do. They carry oxygen to all of our organs in our body. So more oxygen gets carried, you feel more vibrant, more youthful, more alive, more awake, as opposed to when we are in fear, anxiety. We all know what anxiety produces. That produces cortisol, and what does cortisol do? It constricts our arteries. It does the complete opposite. And when our arteries are constricted, the complete opposite effect is done. And this is how people get aneurysms, and this is how people get heart attacks. It's done by the constriction of the arteries. So even on a physiological level, like fear and anxiety are just so not good for us. And now that we know this, right, like we're awakening and we are breaking these cycles where it was, I guess it was working a little bit to have us stay in fear for whatever reason, but it doesn't really work anymore, because we're not able to be our true self, and we're not able to reach our unlimited or like our fullest potential when we live in fear, because now we accept everything as it is. We accept a closed door as an opportunity for us to find another door. Again, I have said before, an opportunity for us to heal maybe a trauma, a core wound, a core belief. That's all it is. It's an opportunity for us to experience life different, to take a different life path, because many times we have, even for me too, like I have a particular way of thinking and feeling that, oh, this is the job that would make me happy, or this is the partner that would make me happy, but I don't know if that's true or not. And that's why also I'm not supposed to be attaching to one particular thing or one particular person, because again, I'm doing myself a disservice. But my higher self knows what I'm supposed to be doing is embodying the way that that person would feel in that relationship or in that job every day, no matter what. And I know that's really tough to do. Like I was really grumpy this morning, and I did not want to go to work. I didn't want to face my day, but then I have to reach deep to my gratitude and take control of my life and remember and accept, again, everything as it is. Like, okay, I'm super grumpy today. Like, I'm not feeling good. What's bringing me there? It's happening for me. Maybe I need to tweak this, or I need to tweak that. Like, what do I need to do, in order to get myself out of this and go back into harmony and gratitude and peace and love and joy? And then I gift that to myself, and so forth. And even if I were to get a no now, I know it's really hard because it really triggers my unworthiness wound or my past unworthiness wound. Now I know that it's just meant for me because there's something else that my higher self knows. There's another job out there that my higher self knows is going to be more aligned with what I want to experience. I'm just not able to see it. So I'm not supposed to fixate on that job or that person. I'm just supposed to fixate, or like not even fixate in a bad way, but just like be that version of myself in that relationship or that job, and then allow, because the feeling is what the law of attraction uses to bring in same sort of situations that will resemble the predominant feeling that we have by the law of attraction, like attracts like, Newton's laws of chemistry. So if I'm continuing to feel no matter what and accepting that, okay, maybe right now my relationship is not as I want it to be fully, or maybe this job is not exactly what I was envisioning in my head I would be, but how can I feel that in this particular relationship and in this particular job right now, in order for me to attract the job that is meant to do that for me on its own, because I have been thinking about being in a position where I would feel like that effort, like without me actually putting in the effort. I hope I explained that properly. It's almost like that concept of fake it till you make it. Like you just act out. You're like living in the end. You live in the end of your experiences with the knowing that the actual experience in the physical form will come and find you, because your emotional state of being, your energetic frequency is at the level where it can find you. But if you're down at fear at 100, it can't find you. Things to make you feel more fear will find you. But if you're at acceptance, it can find you. It can find us. The other opportunities will find us. And we also kind of have to go by the 4 agreements. Like, don't take anything personally, because we're going to take everything personally through our negative core beliefs, which are not true. Core beliefs are not true. Again, they're learned from our childhood. And don't take anything personally. Don't assume anything, because again, we tend to assume from our negative core beliefs. And if we're going to assume something, why not assume something that's positive? This is the power of a human being. We have choice. Choose to assume that, oh, there's another job that's better suited for me. There's another person that is meant for me. Like, don't assume that this door was a no because you're not good enough. Assume the opposite if you're going to assume anything. Don't take anything personally, and always do your best. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Allow yourself to, I don't know, apply for 10 different jobs, or ask 10 different people out, or put in an offer to buy 10 different homes. And don't worry about the timeline. Just do the work and do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. Do the work. Keep going, and allow that which is meant for you to find you by staying in acceptance as opposed to fear, accepting everything as it is right now and being grateful for that experience, even if it's the shittiest of the shit. Find something to be grateful for that, so you can go into acceptance, because the power of now is unremarkable and unshakable, and it's just like, it just is. The power of now is a force to be reckoned with, and you want to be there in the power of now, mindful, accepting, forgiving, harmonious, and having your behaviors be that of a person who is seeking and doing and putting themselves out there. I hope this video was able to relay the message that I've been kind of trying to get out there through my words. I tried to put it out there the other day. It wasn't coming out properly. But again, these videos are inspired by my daily life, not only with myself, with my children, with family and friends around me, with clients that I work with. Fear is something that stops us all the time. But if everyone accepted every situation as it is right now, there would be so much more less whining and complaining and feeling sorry, being victim. Because again, when you are producing, when you are in your optimistic or your acceptance state of being, and your life view is forgiveness, and your arteries are expanding, you're also releasing oxytocin. And oxytocin is a feel-good chemical. It is a chemical that makes you feel good, versus cortisol, which is something that puts you into fight or flight and does not make you feel good. And when you have so much oxytocin flowing through your body, you're also not able to be resentful because they don't go hand in hand. So you are doing yourself so much service by accepting everything as it is and trying to find the positive in anything, and knowing that it's just meant to be there to teach you, and maybe as a pathway to redivert you to go somewhere else. But don't give up. Keep doing the work. Put yourself out there. Kick all of the core beliefs. Pay attention to your thoughts, what's coming out of that experience, the negative thoughts, transmute them into positive. And yeah, just keep going, and know that a door closing or a door that stays closed just means another one is open for you. But if you stay in fear and anxiety, the chances that you might want to move forward to see what other door will open up for you are lesser and lesser. With all my love and gratitude, thank you so much for being with me once again. I wish you a pleasant rest of your day, and with all my love and gratitude, I will see you next time.